Chapter 135. Path. Summary. They've retrieved the relic they need to cash in their favor. Within days, they'll be able to know all there is to know about the Glockaberry. But after that's done, will it be time for something more? They'll be finding glitter flakes when they least expect it for years. Ochako giggles as they walk through the halls of the Solavia. Izuku leans in to bump a shoulder against hers. It's certainly one way to make a heist memorable.
So you've said,
Kachan says glumly, flicking a patch of sparkles off the fur of his cape. Ovoti brings his hands back up to block his smile.
This was actually pretty fun.
Oh no, look! Denki grins. We've corrupted him. A door is sliding open as little pearls of laughter fall from the group. Mei's cackles don't seem to reassure the group of Alona waiting for them in the debrief room. Izuku would be a little offended, if not for the chaotic way their plan quickly crumbled at the end. They do relax somewhat when Denki whips out the relic, still in perfect condition.
Your mission went well.
Not Mina's sibling half says, half asks, as if looking for reassurance. At Mina's nod, he clasps his hands together.
That is a delight to hear. We shall be in contact with the info broker that posed the request. It may take a few days for an emissary to be dispatched to retrieve it, but after that, you will be able to cash in your favor. I assume you will want to wait to begin preparations and gather allies for the upcoming conflict.
Huh? Denki intelligently replies, and Izuku agrees. Upcoming conflict? He'd hardly call the events that will surely follow the reveal of a certain group's location a conflict. That implies they'll give them an opportunity to fight back. Not Mina's sibling's brow furrows as he looks at the glitter dusted over the group.
Do you not have the required connections now to seek out and confront the Glockaberry traffickers? I was under the assumption that your crew desired to take out the group before you lead the strike on the Trellin.
No, yes, that is the plan. Ochako fumbled slightly. But what do you mean, gathering allies? From the info we've gathered, without the element of surprise like before, we'll have no trouble crushing them into space dust.
Ovati nods. I do not doubt you will be able to take the smaller group down, but following the rightful decimation, there will be nothing left standing in your path to dismantling the Trellin. You have amassed an admirable network of allies through the good deeds you have committed on your travels, and your name is well known. And with the backing of the guild, the mobilization of forces will take some time, but the downfall of the Trellin is now in sight. Oh.
Izuku's not sure who said it, as his mind seems to have come to the same halt as the blank voice. Ovati looks between them, shoulders drawing up towards his ears.
I don't mean to presume,
Izuku's brain whirs back into action as he jumps in before the boy can work himself up.
No, Ovati, you're right. You're completely right. I just don't think it had quite clicked for us. We've been working towards this for so long, it doesn't quite seem like it can actually be time. Because it can't, can it? Time to seek out that ship, one bigger than any they've ever seen, even if the true scale was only glimpsed through the hatch of an escape pod. Time to go back for the ones they left behind, even if he knows deep down it's been too long for most of them. Time to strike where the Trellin feel most secure, where their highest members do business without a single glance behind their backs. Time to tear down the last things between them and really going home. How long do you think it'll take?
Kachan asks quietly.
To organize everyone.
Not Mina's sibling looks at them with kind eyes, and Izuku should really learn the man's name, even if Denki insists the nickname was more fitting.
to get into contact with all interested parties. It may take a week or more before details have been ironed out enough to form a council and move forward on planning. To establish supply lines and gather resources, it will take upwards of a month, but to transport the necessary parties to undertake such a strike, months at the earliest. Despite the marvel the technology of space had to offer, making transport between galaxies possible more than within the limits of a human lifespan, it still never seemed like enough.
I may have a solution to that. Mei was hesitant, part of her focus caught up in her mind, but her voice was steady as she spoke. I think with the right materials and help, I can figure out a way to get everyone where they need to be in less than 2 months. Maybe 3 if supplies are tight.
Pardon?
I can give a more detailed estimation after the Glocka barrier out of the picture. May's gaze was far off into the distance as she mumbled, even just the 1 should be enough.
The 1 what? Denki asked. Am I missing something? Oh, Izuku said, face breaking out in a delighted grin. That should work. They've been as elusive as Endeavor's good parenting, but if we can actually get our hands on one...
Denki cut him off, finally catching on to what they were talking about.
We could take it apart and reverse engineer it, find out what makes it tick.
And make it better than they could even dream of, Mei finished, her eyes alight with a manic glee. Izuku startled as a hand was waved in front of his face, following it up to see Ochako and the others looking at them like they were speaking backwards. But Izuku just batted the hand away, already slipping back into his stream of thought.
There's almost no information about them anywhere. How can you say it'll take 2 months?
Izuku asked. With my genius, my 2 assistants, Sunyu, plus all the other people who worked on the particle barrier, and the ghosts.
The what?
UA, our great god Nezu, all for one.
The demon?
And anyone else who can chip in, there's no way it'll take long to cannibalize. Most of the time I factored in was actually for getting supplies to build the prototypes.
Yeah, Denki nods. That tracks. Okay, yeah. But this all depends on being able to catch the Glockaberry. They probably head all over the universe for their business thanks to it. They'll need to be close by long enough for us to get there.
Izuku brings his hand to his mouth.
Maybe some sort of trap? It really depends on the information the broker has. It doesn't matter what fancy tech those cockroach fuckers got, Katsuki declares. The look on his face leaves no doubt in Izuku's mind that he's caught on to the topic at hand. They won't be able to stay away for long if word gets out their elusive merchandise are the ones running around fucking everyone's shit up. They're a bunch of goddamn cowards. So because we've not been causing them trouble, they've been hiding on their own side of the universe. I think it's time we made sure everyone knows this is personal.
Mina's look is heavy. Once we do this, there'll be no more a casual space road trip with a pinch of government-sponsored crime on the side. Everyone will know, and I doubt it'll just be the Glockaberry and Trellin after us. The end is in sight, isn't it? Ochako asks. We've got to give it our all. Make sure no one forgets why this happened. We get that warp drive, and we end this. Go beyond. The response is somewhat subdued, weighed down by the gravity of the situation. But the resolve is ironclad.
Plus Ultra.